everyone, and welcome back to Ghouls Night In, the spooky chat show with your best ghoul friends. I'm Penny Snark.
And I'm Midge Munster.
And Midge, we had talked at the end of the year about maybe switching up the format a little bit, doing something different once in a while. And I have one question for you today.
Okay.
Would you like to play a game? It is the first ever Ghouls Night In horror trivia game show.
Ooh, fun.
Yes, so sent Midge an email and told her that she wasn't allowed to open it until we started recording.
I feel like a kid on Christmas. I got like an email at 9 a.m. that said, "Do not open till recording." I was like, this just makes me want to open it immediately.
That's why I waited to send it to you until this morning.
You should have, hot tip for people with ADHD, you should have sent me a thing that's like, open this right now, and then I would have avoided it at all costs. Urgent.
Pressing information. So you can go ahead and open that up now,
Okay.
and I will give the introduction that this is actually a co-presented episode. So my dear bestie, Caitlin, is a writer, a horror fan, and most importantly, a former bar trivia host.
Nice.
And so she has created a trivia game for us. And so I have not looked at yours, and I have not looked at mine, so I do not know what's gonna happen. So we both get to play.
This was so fun. Yeah, I was giggling because I opened it, and I'm sure yours says the same thing, but in all red it says "for Midge's eyes only." Oh, thank you, Caitlin. This is fun. This is like my dream episode. I love trivia.
Yay! I'm so glad. I am very curious about how I will do in this trivia. Since
you've been doing your research. You've been watching a lot of movies lately.
I have, and I feel like I've absorbed a lot of movies. Like I've watched, I watched all of I Love the 80s and I Love the 90s and stuff. So I feel like I have like approximate knowledge.
You have good general knowledge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for the listeners at home, there are going to be 3 or 4 rounds. We'll see how this time takes us. I will keep track of points, and we'll see which of us is the true trivia master.
All right. Let's do it to him.
All right, round 1 is called You Gotta Start Somewhere. For a fresh-faced actor, trying to get your big break in Hollywood can be its own gauntlet of terrors. For each horrific listed below, name the now famous actor who appeared in either their debut film role or one of their earliest film roles. Please note, questions in this round get progressively harder.
Yikes. Okay, each question is worth 1 point. All right.
Question number 1. Halloween, 1976.
I mean, it's gotta be Jamie Lee Curtis.
Ding, ding, ding. Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie Strode, a.k.a.
Yes.
The Final Girl.
The Final Girl. Your first film is Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, the original.
Oh, Johnny Depp's in that, isn't he?
Yes, he is! Yes! That's the answer! Good job! Ding, ding, ding! Yeah,
I'm very nervous about this round. I feel like this is the one that I'm going to do the worst at.
Yes, that is the correct answer, though. Good job.
All right, +1 for me. Next up, Carrie, 1976.
Ooh. Oh, no. I've seen Carrie a gajillion times, but I don't know which actor they're specifically referring to. Ooh, I don't know. All
right, the answer we were looking for was John Travolta, playing Billy Nolan, one of the bullies.
That's right. Oh, man. Yep.
All right, no points there.
Boo. Boo me. Your next one is Friday the 13th, 1980.
Oh, I even watched this. Who?
I know you did. That's why I'm laughing.
Who in that was famous? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think I would have known this.
Okay. I'm like trying to picture it because I literally just watched this like in the past month, and I do not recall. I don't know. Is Matthew McConaughey in this?
That would be awesome. You're kind of on the right vein. It's Kevin Bacon playing Jack Burrell,
Oh,
the camp
right. Kevin
counselor.
Bacon was in that. Dang
Yeah.
it. Uh, no point
I
for
actually
me.
forgot about that until like you said, until it was brought up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that out of the context of this situation. So,
All right. The next question is Leprechaun, 1993.
oh shit. I've seen this film one time, probably 13 years ago. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and it's gonna be wrong just because she's on my mind. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Unfortunately, no. We were looking for Jennifer Aniston.
Jen
Playing
Ann? I don't
Tori
remember that.
Redding, teen who faces off against Warwick Davis as a vengeful leprechaun.
Wow, I don't remember that at all. I need to rewatch that. I guess now's the time.
Now
We're
is the
filming
time.
this
Now
like
is the
5
time.
days before St. Pat's, so I guess I need to rewatch Leprechaun.
All right.
I'm mad because I know the answer to this. I think. Oh, there's so many. Anyway, you're gonna be able to list 50.
Ooh.
Number 6 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 1992.
Oh, the movie.
The film.
I mean, there are so many famous people in there, but I'm like, who was like an early appearance?
I will say, for what it's worth, Caitlin has about 5 people listed on the answer here, so I think you could probably take a stab
See,
in the
my
dark.
brain just keeps going Donald Sutherland. I'm like, that was not an early role for Donald Sutherland. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. I mean, was it? Is Jason Priestley in that?
I don't have him listed.
Okay, that must not be one of them though. I haven't watched the Buffy movie in a
Yeah,
very
I
long
guess.
time.
Yeah.
I could name 1,000 Buffy TV actors who,
Well, and
like,
that's when I
in the
first read
early
it,
thing.
I thought it was Buffy the show, and I was like, oh, well, because of everything that's happening right now, I thought the answer was going to be Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal,
Yeah.
right? The Buffy movie. I don't even know who's in.
What
the
if I
Buffy
told you
movie.
that one of these people was also from a very wonderful film franchise that happens to be my favorite?
Courtney Cox?
Ah, no. So the person that she has listed first is Hilary Swank playing Kimberly Hanna, one of Buffy's friends. But also David Arquette playing Benny, who gets turned into a vampire early in the movie. Seth Green, Ben Affleck, Alexis Arquette, and Ricky Lake have uncredited roles.
I almost said Seth Green, and then I was just like, am I being crazy? I'm like, isn't Seth Green, like, wasn't he in the movie and the show?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
apparently.
gosh, how embarrassing for me. 0 points for me. I feel like this
isn't boding well for us the rest of this time.
Right,
I think
we'll
we
see.
each have 1 point right now.
Yes. All right. Next is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation from 1994.
Oh, I've never seen this. I don't even have a general knowledge of Texas Chainsaw. I don't do cannibalism movies.
Yeah.
Okay. 1994. Next gen. Who's up and coming in 94 in the horror scene?
There are 2 options for this one.
Oh man, I don't even have a stab in the dark here. I literally can't think of an actor. I'm like, I've never seen a film before.
What are these?
what are actors? Yeah, no, I've got not a darn thing. I have no idea.
Yeah. So the first option was Renee Zellweger.
Okay.
Who plays the final girl in this movie, or Matthew McConaughey. Whose name was not this is scrolled down, so his name was not. I did not see it before I guessed Matthew McConaughey.
That's
he apparently
so funny.
plays a sus tow truck driver named Vilmer.
There you go. I think you should get a half point for bringing him to the table.
Like, I knew Matthew McConaughey's around here somewhere.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, last one in this round.
Right.
Of which I have never even heard of this film.
Oh dear.
Who Knows You're Alone, 1980.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't heard of this either.
Yeah.
Who is
I will say,
someone
this is
from...
a prominent actor of this era, so
Okay.
there's that at least. It's not like a weird person, like a side person.
Right. I am gonna throw out 1980s. Val Kilmer?
That would be lit. No, the answer is Tom Hanks.
Wow.
Tom Hanks playing Elliot, aka the flirty psychology student who explains why people like to be scared. We've got a
Oh,
Randy Meeks on our hands.
apparently. All right, well, that was a tough round. That's 1 point for each of us.
1 point each. Nice work.
We'll see how the rest of this goes.
I'm being actively dethroned as a horror junkie
I
as
know,
we
right? I
speak.
was like, this possibly might be embarrassing. So,
But you know what? I hope somewhere out there one of our listeners is just like boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
boom, pow, wow.
Tell us if you're the horror king or queen out there.
Indeed. All right, so round number 2 is titled From a Different Angle. Each question below is a description of a different horror movie you must correctly name. The catch? The descriptions are written as though they are not horror movies. For example, a description for The Exorcist might depict the film as being about a man who finds renewed faith in God after helping a single mother. These are
Incredible.
each worth 2 points.
I love this structure. That's fun.
All right, looks like you are the one starting it off.
All right, so your first description is: a family of three's summer vacation gets disrupted when two neighbor boys start a prank war. At first, it's just a few broken eggs, but things soon swing out of control as these little scamps turn up the mischief.
Ooh, is this Funny Games?
It sure
Hell
is Funny
yeah.
Games.
Yeah.
I want to say I love this movie, but I also hate. This is one of the most disturbing movies I've ever watched.
Yeah, I've heard. I have not seen this one, but I have heard that.
It's really excellent. There is specifically this is referring to Funny Games 1997. But as Caitlin also mentions here, there is a shot-for-shot English remake that was made in 2007 starring Naomi Watts.
Isn't Michael Pitt in the remake, in the English version? Yeah.
Both are good. I've seen both versions, but the English remake is deeply upset. It's so good. But it's home invasion, so it's a lot. But
intense.
Yeah, good horror for sure. Good job. Point for Penny.
Point for me. All right. Your question. A dedicated journalist hooks up with a brilliant scientist after a meet the press event. They unintentionally catch feelings for each other, and then their careers get complicated. Will they choose love, or are they headed for a molecular breakdown?
A journalist and a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be really obvious, and I'm mad that I'm like, I have no idea what this is. Molecular breakdown.
That is a clue.
Uh-huh. I don't know. Alien?
We were looking for The Fly.
Oh, of course.
And our behind-the-scenes fun fact is Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis dated during the filming of The Fly. So,
cute.
There you go.
All right. A loving son inherits his family motel business, but times are tough, especially with his mother being ill. But as a guest after wacky guest checks in, he finds some inspiration.
Is this Psycho?
It is Psycho, yes. 1960. Behind the scenes fun fact, this was the first time a flushing toilet was shown on screen.
Caitlin has told me that in real life, so.
Oh, that's funny.
I love, because I also remember how they were like, oh, we can't actually show her getting stabbed, so like you never actually see that, but I also love that they were like, we're gonna push the limits here and we're also gonna show a toilet flush.
Watch out.
Wild.
True horror. Indoor plumbing. You got Psycho and Funny Games, and I got The Fly.
All right, well, let's see what you think about this one. After hooking up with her new boyfriend in the back of his car, a teen girl gets ghosted. She enlists her friends to help track him down, and hijinks ensue, including an unexpected dip in a swimming pool.
Is this Poltergeist?
No, this is like a pretty modern one.
Oh, okay. Literally, swimming pool took me right.
Yeah.
Um, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. I don't know.
This is It Follows.
Oh my gosh. I actually have never seen It Follows, but I know enough to be dangerous. I
Yes.
know the premise of it, but I've never actually watched the film.
Yes. Our behind the scenes fact, It Follows is intentionally set in an ambiguous time period. The characters use e-readers but watch TV on vintage TV sets, and the cars are a mix of old and new models.
Ooh. Alrighty, number 5.
Number 5.
Three friends form a supernaturally three friends form three friends form a supernaturally strong bond while documenting a memorable camping trip in Maryland.
Oh, the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. I know all of yours without looking. Behind the scenes fact, the film's marketing, i.e. the actors who appear in the film were missing and presumed dead, was so successful that concerned friends sent condolences to the actors' families. Even after it was revealed the actors were alive and well, rumors of their untimely deaths still continued.
All right, here's one for you. Work can be such a drag, especially when you can't trust any of your coworkers. Our protagonist is determined to figure out who's been undermining the company's big project and confront them about their grotesque behavior.
God, it's so ambiguous. Work, company project. Is this The Thing?
It is The Thing!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Ding, ding, ding!
Good job. Our behind the scenes fact is Texas Chainsaw Massacre director, is it Tobe or Toby? I don't actually know. Boop was the studio's first choice, but they ultimately parted ways over creative differences.
Oh, there you have it.
There you go. I had never been faced with having to say that name aloud before.
Yeah. All right. A sickly old man tells an oncologist to stay put. The oncologist replies, "As you wish."
What?
That's the worst description.
Old man. Something about cancer? I don't know. Saw?
It is Saw.
It is Saw. I was just like, what?
Are you?
Where is there a sickly old man?
Are you superhuman?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just tuned into Caitlin's brainwaves.
It is
possible.
Saw. Yeah, fun fact. Behind the scenes, the first Saw film was shot over 18 days with very little time for multiple takes. They covered any gaps in the final edit by using newspaper clippings, cutting to still photography, etc. The more you know. That is also, I feel like this is an anthology of films Midge has never seen. I refuse to do Saw. I hate that type of like body horror, so
Yeah,
I've never seen a single
I haven't
Saw
seen
film.
any Saw either.
Yeah. But good job. Wow.
All right, our final question for this round is a conservative family can't agree on if they should keep their pet goat or release him back into the wild. The goat takes a stab at answering that question for himself.
Is this The Witch?
It is The Witch.
Incredible.
Our behind the scenes is Charlie the Goat, who played Black Phillip, repeatedly injured actor Ralph Ineson on set. In this, instead of his goat co-star, he had two modes: chilling out and doing nothing, or attacking me.
I did know that fact, that the goat was a problem child on set. Okay, let's see. I stopped keeping track on accident.
I've got it. So that is...
You got all 4 of yours.
I did. So that's 8 points for me and 4 points for Midge. All right. Round number 3. We are never, ever getting back together.
T-Swift.
You have entered a fresh circle of hell, a blind date game show.
Oh, fun.
For each contestant's answer below, determine if they are a literal monster / creature or a bad boyfriend, partner, husband, romantic interest, and name who they are and what horror movie they're from. Please note, Lestat is not one of the answers, as that would be a trick question.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. Okay.
So these are worth 3 points total. 1 point for whether it's monster or boyfriend, 1 point for naming the character, and 1 point for naming the movie.
Okay.
All right. Midge goes on the blind date game show first.
Okay.
Contestant number 1. Question. How do you comfort someone going through a difficult time? Contestant's answer. I try to remind them that although difficult times can be painful ones, with the right mindset, pain and pleasure are one and the same. Don't waste tears on good suffering. Is that a monster or a bad boyfriend?
I'm going to say that's a bad boyfriend.
It's not a bad boyfriend. It is a monster.
Okay. That's the character I'm thinking of is kind of a trick. It could be either.
Well, name your character and we'll see.
I might be totally off base, but for some reason I'm thinking this is Hannibal Lecter.
It is not, but that is a good one. This was Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Oh, of course. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
All right. Question number, so no points on that one. Question 2 is, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? And contestant 2 says, on the stage, certainly, but in 10 years' time, I hope that I've crossed over into dramatic film roles and found wild success. I would like to still be living in Manhattan and have started a family.
Okay.
Is it a monster or is it a bad boyfriend?
Manhattan and started a family. I'm going to say this is a bad boyfriend.
You are correct.
And I'm going to say... I know I'm wrong. I'm going to say that this is Billy Loomis from Scream.
Oh, that would be a good one. We were looking for Guy Woodhouse from Rosemary's Baby.
Oh,
the husband from Rosemary's Baby.
Okay. I was also, for some reason, thinking of Patrick Bateman from Psycho, or from American Psycho.
I feel like bad boyfriends are going to be hard to guess which one it is, since they're bad in similar ways.
I guess I'm also not I need to keep in mind that they aren't just like a bad guy. They're also like partnered with somebody in the film. Okay, I'm in.
All right. Contestant number 3. Question. Cats or dogs? Contestant 3's answer. I don't have a strong preference, but if I had to choose, I'd pick dogs. I've always imagined owning a black lab I could play fetch with on the beach. My favorite place.
Beach, my favorite place. When at first I thought this was going to be Buffalo Bill because of Precious. Animals and the beach. Okay, well, I'm going to say this is a monster.
You are correct.
I'm going to say it's the shark from Jaws.
You're right! Yeah! Ding, 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 ding! So that's a full 3 points for Midge Munster.
Yeah. Come on, Amity Island.
Hell yeah. All right, your final contestant on the dating show. The question is, what is your perfect first date spot? And this contestant's answer is, I know it would be weird, but my genuine perfect first date spot is my house. I'm more of a homebody. I love reading books. I'm particularly passionate about children's literature.
Okay. This is a bad boyfriend. No?
That is incorrect.
Damn! Okay, well that changes my... I mean, do I have to commit then to my full answer? No, I think
you can still guess a monster and maybe get some of the points.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Because I was thinking this was... oh my god, my brain just died. I thought this was Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
Monster. Oh, this is the Babadook.
From
the Babadook.
Yeah, 2 points.
Oh, yeah. I love him.
Heck yeah.
I'm really, he wouldn't be on this dating show. He's going to Fire Island.
I mean, he could be a queer Babadook. You don't know if he's bi. He could be pan.
He's, I was trying to combine Babadook and bisexual and it didn't work, so moving on.
Babadook?
Babadook. That's why I was like, he's Babadook? Anyway, Penny Stark! Welcome to the dating show. So, your first contestant, their question is, what do you never leave the house without? And contestant number 5's answer was, I always bring my cell phone wherever I go, and usually a basic kitchen knife for self-defense. Sometimes I'll bring corn syrup with me. That's what they used in Carrie for the pig's blood, you know. Is this a monster or a bad boyfriend?
I'm gonna guess a bad boyfriend.
You're correct.
Who has a cell phone and a knife? Oh, is it Ghostface?
I'm gonna need you to be more specific.
Oh shoot. Is it Billy Loomis?
It is from what
Scream.
film? It is Billy Loomis from Scream.
Billy Loomis from Scream. And
that is
also a horror fan, so he would have a fun fact about horror. It makes perfect sense.
Well, and that is a line from the first film.
Oh,
that he licks the blood because she thinks he was
you're
stabbed,
right.
and then he licks the blood off his fingers, and so that's what they used for the pig's blood in Carrie.
Man.
All right. Contestant number 6 is on the floor, and I'm going to ask, what do you value in your relationship? And they said, this sounds bad, but I prefer someone who has no family drama and doesn't bring a lot of emotional baggage to the relationship. I'm a PhD student, so it's important that the person I'm dating respects that and has their own career goals. Is this a monster or a bad boyfriend?
I mean, I'm gonna guess a bad boyfriend. Can a monster get a PhD?
You're correct. It is a bad boyfriend.
All right. Who's no family drama, PhD. I mean, is this one Hannibal Lecter?
That was what I was kind of thinking you were going to say.
Who's a doctor?
It is not Hannibal Lecter.
Right, who is it?
This is Christian Hughes from Midsommar.
Oh, of
course. Which is the ultimate bad boyfriend.
Right. I was going to say such a bad boyfriend.
All right, contestant number 7. What is your favorite place to spend time? Contestant 7 said, in bed with you. Preferably restraints are involved.
All right. Well, this one's a monster.
This one is a boyfriend.
This one's a boyfriend? All right.
Though I would contest, Caitlin, but...
I was thinking Freddy Krueger.
Oh, it is not Freddy.
It's not Freddy Krueger. All right,
That is great, though.
Okay. He likes bed and restraints. Is it the dude in Gerald's Game who dies?
It is Gerald from Gerald's Game. Correct.
I have not actually consumed this, so I didn't know if he was a bad boyfriend or not, or is it just bad that he died?
I would contest that Gerald is also a monster, but because he's also like, I don't know. I guess he's technically like a person, but
all right, I'm giving myself 1 point for that.
Yeah,
especially because it did not occur to me that his name would be Gerald, even though it's called Gerald's Game.
Yeah. The fact that you even got Gerald's Game was great. And our final contestant number 8, what is your typical bedtime routine? And they answered, well, I'm a deep sleeper. Sometimes I feel like I could sleep for years, so a bedtime routine is important to me. I'll eat a bedtime snack like popcorn, brush my teeth, and then make sure my room is completely dark before falling asleep. Is this a monster or a bad boyfriend?
It's a monster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this Freddy Krueger?
This is not Freddy.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
No.
No. Okay.
This is our boy Pennywise from It.
Pennywise. Classic Pennywise.
That would have thrown me. I would not have guessed Pennywise for that.
All right. So that's 5 points for me and 6 points for you in this round.
Oh, we have one more.
Let's do one more. It's optional, but we're already here.
We're in it.
Let's just do it.
I don't feel I don't feel ready to conclude yet.
No. All right. Round 4 is titled Stars Are Blind. Not everyone likes scary movies, and Roger Ebert really didn't like most scary movies. Below, you'll find several quotes from movie reviews he wrote. For each quote below, correctly identify what horror movie is being reviewed. For a bonus point, correctly guess how many stars Roger Ebert gave that movie.
Oh my gosh.
Please note he used a 4-star scale. Anything ranked 3 stars or higher was considered a thumbs up.
Okay.
Each correct answer is worth 2 points, 1 for the movie title and 1 for a correct ranking.
I have the first to give you, it looks
do.
like. So yes, Ebert review number 1. The kids in the town are led by a shrill-voiced little girl and by a mean little boy who looks like a miniature adult and talks like he has helium in his mouth. The ringleaders speak in pseudo-biblical English, kind of a King James version of Stephen King. All about the evil interlopers and about how he who lives behind the corn must be appeased. What movie is Roger Ebert reviewing?
Well, this would be Children of the Corn.
Yes, it would be. And how many stars do you think he gave this film?
1 star.
Correct.
Hey!
I would say that he did not enjoy that movie.
No, I wouldn't think so. All right, your first review. The horror in this movie, alas, isn't a bad guy at all. Doesn't have a shape or a face or a personality. Is a presence that causes the worst sorts of things to happen. Who upsets the dog and causes the doors to bang open and makes the house too cold all the time and, in short, makes things just like Chicago? Is this story based on fact? Did green slime really squirt from the keyholes? Did a red-eyed pig really glare through the windows? Did a ghostly marching band really parade through the living room? Maybe so. We've all made bad real estate investments.
So this is Poltergeist.
It is not Poltergeist.
It's not?
No. What's another spooky house?
Is this Amityville Horror?
It is Amityville
Oh
Horror.
shit! I got them confused. My brain got locked on the dog barking.
No, I could definitely see them both.
Yep.
Yeah, they both make sense.
I'm gonna guess he gave this 1 star also.
1.5 stars.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were doing halvesies. Now
Apparently.
I know.
Roger's going with halvesies.
Okay. Fear is a universal emotion and a timeless one. But, title redacted, is not merely a thrill show. It is also about 2 of the most memorable characters in movie history and their strange, strained relationship. They share so much. Both are ostracized by the worlds they want to inhabit. Both feel powerless. Both use their powers of persuasion to escape from their traps. And both share similar childhood wounds. What movie was Roger Ebert reviewing?
Oh. Is it Silence of the Lambs?
It is!
Hey!
How many stars do you think he gave Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah, it seems like he liked this one.
It does.
4 stars.
Correct.
Hey!
Ding, ding, ding.
He was right.
He was right. I would give it 5, but...
Okay, next review. The best shot in this film is the first one. Not a good sign. Title redacted begins dramatically, with the camera swooping high above a dark and stormy sea, and then circling until it reveals a lonely figure sitting on a cliff overlooking the surf. The shot leads us to anticipate dread, horror, and atmospheric gloominess, but alas, it is not to be.
Oh boy, a stormy sea? I hate that the only thing coming... Nope, it can't be that. There's only one movie then in my brain is like, it's this, but that's too recent. Man, I've got nothing.
It's 90s.
Yeah. Is this I Know What You Did Last Summer?
It is!
Yeah! Okay, sweet. I'm gonna say he gave I Know What You Did Last Summer 1 star.
Correct.
I hate my brain was like Shutter Island. This is Shutter Island. This is Shutter Island. was like, that came out in like 2012. It's not Shutter Island. Okay. Let's see, where am I at here? Number 5. There are a couple of moments when we think Title Redacted is going to end, and it doesn't. One is that old reliable where the heroine, soaking wet and saved from death, says, I want to go home. And the hero cushions her head on his shoulder. But no, there's more. Another is when Aiden says, you didn't let her out, did you? What movie is Robert Ebert reviewing? I can't say this person's name. Roger Ebert. My brain is like...
I have no idea what movie this is.
Let me reread that last line better.
Yeah.
Another is when Aiden says, you didn't let her out, did you?
I don't know.
This is The Ring, 2002.
The Ring! Yeah. I was just like, I'm like, who's a female villain who's trapped somewhere? I don't know.
Yeah, that's The Ring. How many stars do you think he gave?
2 stars?
Correct.
Hey,
yes.
1 point.
Also starring Naomi Watts. We were talking about her earlier.
Yes. All right, our final review. At its most fundamental level, Title Redacted is a movie about things that can jump out of the dark and kill you. With its tough-talking crew members and their mercenary motives, the story would have found a home in John W. Campbell's astounding science fiction during its nuts and bolts period in the 1940s. Campbell loved stories in which engineers and scientists, not space jockeys and ray gun blasters, dealt with outer space in logical ways.
Okay. I'm gonna guess this is Alien.
Yes, ma'am.
Sweet.
And what did you rate it?
I'm gonna say he gave Alien a half a star.
Oh, it is 4 stars.
4 stars!
He liked Alien.
Okay.
All right, it's time to tabulate. Boop, 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 boop. All right, and with all of our points tabulated, somehow I am the winner with 19
Penny
points.
is the winner.
So it was 19-16, a very close race. I snuck in there with a few of those extra bits adding up and doing. I think that round 2 was kind to me, so I did well.
Yeah,
on that one.
I am gonna say I was feeling a slight skew in the way the questions were phrased for maybe those of us who are less horror adjacent a lot of the time. So, Caitlin, I see you. I'm watching you.
Uh-oh. Well, that was so much fun.
That was super fun. I loved this.
I really enjoyed playing that with you. I hope, folks, you enjoyed playing along. And, I mean, if you enjoyed this, maybe we'll do some other themed horror games in the future.
Yeah, I definitely vote additional trivia episodes in the future. This was really fun.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us while we play today. If you want to keep up with our podcast, you can find us on Instagram at Ghouls Night in Pod. And if you are enjoying the show, we would really appreciate if you left a review and let us know how we're doing. I believe we have a new review to share today.
We do have a new one. This is from Darcy B, and the title of the review is Comfy and Spooky with a little falling leaf emoji, which I really appreciate.
Excellent.
I'm not the type of person who typically leaves reviews for anything, good or bad, so I hope I can articulate just how delightful this podcast is. Penny and Midge are wonderful hosts who manage to strike an excellent balance between thoughtful research and fun banter. The topics from episode to episode are also super unique and still light in tone, so you can get your spooky fix without running into the more disturbing or graphic material. I definitely recommend giving this podcast a listen, and if you're wondering where to start, I highly recommend the Big Wolf on Campus episode.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Big Wolf on Campus.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Darcy.
Oh my gosh, I love that. All right.
That's a real win for Penny today.
Heck yeah. We're
on
chalking
many
up
accounts.
Those wins. 10s across the board. Well, as I mentioned, our podcast Insta is Ghouls Night in Pod. And then if you are looking for me, you can find me at Penny Snark.
And you can find me across all platforms at Midge Munster.
And until next time, good.